What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. We are ready for the second sort of core story mission, which is Haven Smokeout here. We're working for our contact Octane, who is corrupt in the D Street Cartel, wants to take down Ghoul, one of her, I guess, compatriots, but not really. And we are trying to steal some gear from inside this little D Street Haven. We've got some optional hacking for loot. We can take a stealthy approach, which is going to be somewhat the goal here. We decided to not cash in anything for active leverage. I just don't think it's worth it at this stage. But our squad's looking good to go. We've got mostly level 2 characters. We're pretty much all going to level up from this mission, which would be kind of nice, and ready to make our name for everything. We've got to run 2 more missions for Octane to pay off our $2 million debt. We're trying. The hideout is just ahead. And of course, yeah, people could leave. Yeah, hopefully we don't raise the alarm. That would be nice if we could be stealthy. So, welcome to Haven Smokeout. What's cool is even story missions like this, where the tile set is, hand generated and whatnot, and the objectives are all hand generated, there is a level of randomness in the way it's architected. So, for example, this guard can spawn here or here, and the actual makeup of these guards can be somewhat random as well. So, for example, this is a new enemy type called a Whistler. Whistlers have a full auto SMG, and this puts damage over time on you if it hits. But Whistlers are less tanky than the basic guards, right? You can see their damage reduction is slightly higher by, they take, I guess 10% less damage per bullet or so than these guys. But the health total is low enough that these guys are actually the tankier ones overall. And that's not counting even damage over time effects that would bypass the armor anyway. So more lethal, but squishier. And either way, the goal, of course, is going to be try to bypass these guys as much as we can. Now, as always, the core strategy is let the enemies go first. They don't know we're here, so let them all act out of turn and be, just that little bit useless. So we know what you're doing, which is turning back and forth. We know you're moving in a route overall. We know you're turning back and forth. And then you, way over here, you are moving around in a route as well. Okay, so that means, theoretically, if we can bypass these two, we don't have to do anything. We can literally run all the way past them, and it won't matter at all. If possible. Of course, you're way over here. And you can actually see, right, you can see all the way up to here. And you, unfortunately, can see all the way up to here. So, unfortunately, by delaying, now all of our avenues are kind of locked off. Unless I can get some way to, make people turn around or go somewhere else, we're in a kind of unfortunate spot where we could be easily seen or easily heard. Now, thankfully, Shadow can probably do something about that, so I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna walk to the edge of your vision radius, which is gonna be, right around here. Shadow range is pretty good, right? And theoretically, I should be able to turn you far enough away that it's gonna be fine. I'm not 100% sure of all the details here, but I'm gonna go to the edge of your vision cone, which is gonna be here. And yeah, I'm going to hope that it's going to be good enough here. If not, I'm going to be pretty sad. Of course, there's another option, which is simply shoot this guy, right? You're not going to look over, ever. You're walking that way. So we could just go for a kill and then signal grift his body, and it will be several turns until this person sees it. That is a viable option. We can go for the, yeah, so the problem is I don't have a great... Yeah, I'm not convinced that Shadow's going to do a great job here of making him turn elsewhere. I can maybe make him turn around, like that might work, and making him look back 180. But I'm kind of feeling like a kill is the right option here. Now, I also need to turn off this camera is a problem. Another option as well is running even farther away. This should get me out of the camera shot, and I can still just go for these, these multiple shots here, right? And that's seeming more and more like the right option here. Is, I'm probably bypassing you. Yeah, he saw something in the corner of his eye. I got out of vision cone in time. This actually does mean that Shadow would be slightly better, but he's going to report on me to the AI. So I'm just going to go for the shots here, and I think it'll be okay. Actually, one thing I want to do, I'm going to briefly yield and have my Scourge go, because I want him to be the one who breaks who breaks out from silence, and I want him to land Biocoat Bullet, so we can get that 50 extra damage here while my accuracy is still buffed up, right? I literally can't miss because he's surprised, and so I get that bonus hit chance. And so there's even a chance I crit. It's... Oh, shoot! Oh, I forgot to switch weapons. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that was a huge mistake. I forgot to switch weapons. I was using the loud gun. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because, yeah, now these guys are going to be like, hey, we heard gunfire. They're going to tell the AI about it, and there's no way I can kill them all. So we're just going to get an escalation, and I screwed up. I screwed up. You heard it as well. Yep. Mistakes were made. Shoot. Well, do what you can. What a really, really silly mistake. Now, thankfully, he rolled well on initiative, so I can get him out. But, yeah, that's bad. Oh, and actually, you're going to be able to see me. Wow, okay. So, I'm going to stay outside of your vision cone. Yep, you see me. I know. Hit chance here is not great because of recoil, but it's fine for now. Well, ish. Now, the one saving grace is you can't see the body. So if we kill you and you die, you just barely won't see me. You won't see him. You probably won't see him drop. Oh my gosh, I keep missing. That's not good at all. Okay, well, we have to take a more reliable line here then. I can probably run to here and just shoot twice and it'll probably be okay. What are the odds I miss twice with decent accuracy, right? It can't be that bad. I think I'm willing to take that risk. I don't know if I should be willing to take that risk, but I am. First shot's going to be at 59%, second shot's going to be at 70%. Bro, we really cannot be this bad. What the hell? How are we this bad? We missed like 5 or 6 coin flips in a row. I took the risk, it did not pay off. Oh, wow. Best laid plans. The first mistake was my fault, and the rest was getting unlucky. So we have a Syndicate Sec AI. That is the type of AI. Yeah, so many enemies have been sent to dispatch. So you have reported an intruder. There is straight up an intruder here. And so everyone else has been sent to actually go fight me. And so Talon's initiative roll is bad. So you gotta protect him somehow, or buff his initiative enough. This guy needs to die. Yeah, let's just shoot. Please land. What the hell, game? Damn. Okay, well, let's buff your initiative so that you can actually go. I need to put you in better cover than this. We're going to put you behind this wall. You're done. Okay, we can see into there. We know that there's a sniper up there. There's another whistler over there. Okay. Well, Talon gets to go early now. I would like to bypass these guys. I think it's actually still possible. He finally died. It took like 7 tries. Sheesh. Okay, well. We're going to quickly get through the vision. That's not going to be too bad. And we're just going to try to get out, right? So they know that people were spotted here, right? That's all they know because none of these people saw me actually get out. We didn't have enough info in time for this vision cone to matter. So all they know is that intruders were spotted exactly right here, and that's all they know. They do not know where I came from since then. They also heard some gunfire, I guess, back here as well. So they know 2 things. But that is all that they know, which means I can just book it, and they will more or less lose track of what was happening. And so, yeah, we're just gonna... Again, this vision cone is going to be too slight. Like, she won't get enough information. If you go through a sliver of their vision, they don't track you. So that is one, I think, fairly important mechanic to know. Obviously, can't do this one. That's not going to be a possibility. That's fine. All right. So here's more of the guards. But for now, we're going to cut noise. Now, of course, his body will get seen. They're all going to go investigate it. Like, they're going to know there's a dead guy. But I'm behind a wall. She finds a corpse. She goes to hunt where the intruders were spotted, right? They all go to where the intruders were spotted, right? Bad guys were seen right here. Okay, well, where are the bad guys? And she starts hunting in a random direction. They must have left from there. Which way are they going to go? If they coin flip this way, they would have spotted me. Thankfully, they didn't, but... You know, who's to say when it's going to happen? So, let's see. So, we're in a decent enough spot here. I just want to get a little bit more into cover here. Actually, ooh. Yeah, so I kind of want my Scourge to run into this room. Oh, also, we got kind of lucky and the Line Crawler knocked us out for 2.5 turns. So, we can come in from around and grab the loot and come out. Which I will be doing, to be clear. Let's just spend 2 action... Well, yeah, let's spend 2 action points running forward. Put you here. I've got to get away from this mine. It's going to rearm next turn, so I got to be careful here. But none of the other guards were told anything, right? None of the other guards were told anything. This was far enough away, they didn't hear the gunshot either. So for now, we're okay. You're just looking back and forth. You're, yep, investigating around, and you're going to hunt. And then you are going out that way. So I can try to bypass you, right, and try to sneak in here early. But I am a little worried about actually getting, like, fully spotted here. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have my Scourge try to be a really cool guy. So there's plenty of guards here, and even more just got seen now. But what I'm going to do is get as far forward as I can. Right here. And this is just a perfect area for a fat Tox Cloud. We're going to aim it to go this direction so we catch as many guards as possible. We're just going to send it right there. And we're going to poison a whole bunch of them, which is going to be really useful. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, so you're hunting, and right, if you had rolled better initiative, you would have caught me. But thankfully, I got out. And this is as far as she got, but like, yeah, if I even stand to those barrels, I would have gotten caught. So like, it was kind of close, but thankfully, made it out. Now you rolled a 14, and I believe we need to go for the kill. I think we have to basically make this happen now. So if I walk up to that fence, I am out of the mine. We only have 1 shot left, so I can actually run down to only having 2 AP. And that way I can basically go for 1 AP reloading, 1 AP shooting. Basic pistols actually ask you really strongly to constantly manipulate and count action points because they have the last shot 1 AP. Last shot for 1 AP, and so you like really want to use that if you can. It's really quite valuable. So I have 2 options here. If I have to move because of the landmine. But I also got a really awkward amount of action points, right? So I can shoot, and then reload, and that costs me exactly 5, and I get nothing better. And I probably don't get a chance to do anything cooler than that. So, you know, I've got to hope I have the damage. It should be okay, but it's not going to be sick. Look at us, we're landing shots finally. She's not dead yet, though. She's not poisoned, so we have to land the damage. Thankfully, our hacker is very far away from the mine, and he's got 3 shots in the magazine. So first one misses, second one hits, and that's going to be good enough for me. Let's take our preemptive reload. And the nice thing is, again, no new information has been gleaned by the enemies. They don't know anything yet. We already know that you're going to look this way, right? You're only looking at this side of it, which, you know, we're not coming in from. There's mines here, there's a guard there, right? This side's protected, this side's protected, this side was protected. I would like to Citadel Grift that, probably at some point. I think there's some value there. But we've managed to cut noise, right? All they know is they saw some activity here, there's a corpse here, and they know nothing else. This person's not going to report dead for 4 turns. They died before they could tell the AI anything. We are essentially stealthy. We get our poison coming across. Feeling pretty good about it. Weaken these guys. Should once again just let the enemies use up their turns. You're patrolling back that way. You did manage to go through, which is nice for me. You're not doing anything special. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we, for now, want to keep delaying. Again, I want to signal griff at some point, but I'm in no rush. This mine is... Oh, it's still down. Cool. Did it jump from something, maybe? I'm not sure. Or oh, wait, no. What's it called? Line crawler actually lasts 3 turns, so it was always going to be down for that long. I just miscounted and didn't read the tooltip. So their wire ghost is unaware that anything's wrong. You've already been poisoned, so you're taking damage. Or at least will take damage. I do want to throw down some poison, right? This is a guard captain. Or a grunt captain, I should say. So they have their own version of captains who are already very highly armored. And, yeah, taking only 1/4 damage is tough. So let's see if we can poison you. I can throw this over the wall. Just barely. I don't really care which captain I hit, but we should poison him no matter what. So let's go. And then otherwise, let's go be stealthy, let's grab loot, and let's get back out of this room. Might have to turn this back off next turn, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be spawning inside the laser wires. Oh, darn. I forgot that I had Tactical Surge up and could have used that to make everything much easier. Anyway, it's a Tactical Surge turn. We're going to use that to go make some progress here and kill some guards. So first step is, I guess, we shoot the sniper. And I'm trying to think if we can really open up on more of these guys or if that's unrealistic. We'll start with the sniper, of course. No one else can hear the gunfire, so it's going to be pretty straightforward. Nice thing about silenced pistols is their range is noticeably higher than their noise radius. And so, as long as you're not getting too close to the melee range of anything. And we somehow managed to land all 4 shots. It's hilarious. We get completely betrayed over here, and then we get the luck back when everyone has a ton of action points, and we're not worried about it in the slightest. Because, of course. But anyway, this guy's very poisoned. No, sorry, this guy's very poisoned. This guy's going to take some more damage. He's, oh, by the way, also heavily armored. So these melee guys are going to be really annoying and kind of tough to deal with. These guys less so. I don't want to go too loud just yet. Wow, I have so many action points, though. Like, the thing is, I kind of want to go loud because I have so many action points. But that seems, like, very incorrect. I actually might want to draw some of them out with Shadow. Like, Signal Grift is reasonable. I think there's no real downside. I have a bunch of spare AP anyway. Let's grab this. And then I think I want to try to draw 1 or 2 of these guys out. Now, they're facing the wrong way, right? They're facing towards where gunfire was heard earlier. So I don't have a good way of drawing them out, unfortunately. Kind of unfortunate. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I can just wait, right? I can let the poison keep ticking down, let it keep losing health, and then go for one kind of big swing at the end. That's probably going to be the play here, because I don't know what else I would do. I can shoot at this guy. And for what's worth, no one else is actually looking, right? They're all facing that way because of, I guess, the earlier gunfire, maybe. So, you know, maybe, right, if I'm getting, you know, 30 damage per hit or so, which is probably about what I'm getting, and I hit him for 200 damage, I get 7 hits. He goes down to 60 health. He will die to the poison. That seems entirely incorrect. I don't think... I mean, I could shoot him just to shoot him. His initiative roll is only 15, so we probably get the kill. But the problem is... Well, we'll get the kill before he takes his own turn, but he's going to report that there's intruders, and I'm going to take a bunch of damage for it. I could try to go for Shadow here and, like, try to get some of the guards to move. I'm not sure grouping them up would do anything, though. I'm not sure what I would get out of that, so... yeah, I feel like I'm just going to end my turn. I'm not going to get very far on my hacker. I'm going to put my hacker up here. So, more or less. I'm going to get him... If I had more action points, I could have done it on my Agent EX, but that wasn't going to be possible on the hacker, though. Basically, putting him up here, I'm closer to the Matrix host. I'm going to try to get most of my team up here, actually, if I can. Or at least, like, along this way. So I have good cover for shooting into these guys, and I'm getting closer to my secondary objective, which is killing this guy and hacking the host. And I do want to be done by turn 14. It's only turn 5, so, you know, we're chilling. I don't want to be too open. I don't want to go into the poison, of course. I think for now I'm going to stand here and then be done. And this camera's going to be kind of annoying. This laser's going to be kind of annoying. We get our poison damage, and we do get reinforcements already. There were 3 options. The dice rolled as reinforcements. It could have been other stuff. It wasn't. But hey, these guys are poisoned. This guy will die to just poison. These guys are going to be at 100. You're going to be at 80. You're going to be at about 100. And so, as long as they're not told to do anything. Yeah, you're not special. I'm going to need to hide you. Oh, you are very loud and he can hear you. Okay. Let's hide behind this table then. I'm sure that does anything for me. Okay, I think this table should hide me. So I'm gonna duck behind this table. Let the guards all spend their turns, right? They are still hunting, trying to find who did what, and they just don't know. Yeah, again, we can just delay all of our turns, let our enemies do nothing, move around randomly. Okay, yeah, so you're patrolling back. I don't want to be too close. Oh, okay. This does... Okay, this table is not cover. Good to know. Thankfully, she's out of action points, but if she lives by the end of the turn, I'll get reported, which means she needs to die. This is still down. Great. I'm not sure. Maybe it bounced again. I'm not sure. I'm glad it's still down, though. That's nice. This is gone, of course. Yeah, she needs to die no matter what, so let's just go for the shots. I can't see a different option here, and I can't delay any further because my action points, or my initiative's already 9. If you are at 75 or lower, you die. Yep, you're at 66, so you're dead. We can start going for kills elsewhere now. Yeah, so I think going here is reasonable. I do have a line crawler for this camera, which I'm really tempted to use. You're always dead. You're going to hear me. You're always dead. So I'm going to go here, knock this camera out, and let's start wreaking havoc. Okay, bit of damage. This will get you to 75 and we're good. Let's go this far. Yeah, you know nothing. You're always dead. We're going to keep you in the dark. We got to put you down to 75 health. Who hears the gunfire? You hear the gunfire. That's not great. Him reporting gunfire is going to be kind of crap. Okay, I'm going to... Yeah, I need to move a little bit farther away so I don't betray myself. Darn, I wasn't looking at the UI. That was a mistake. I think I can kill this guy realistically. I think he's too tucked in. So I'm going to go here, which puts me... Let's go here, right? A little bit more high ground. High ground can give you an accuracy bonus. So because shooting would take 2 AP anyway, I can reload for 1 AP and then shoot for 1 AP. And I might as well. Now this is partial cover though. These boxes are in the way, so I might miss. Thankfully I didn't, but you can see I'm getting 30 damage a hit. So these guys, you know, if I didn't have poison, would be really, really difficult to kill. So again, you're always screwed because of poison. You're at 119. I'm going to yield and have my Scourge go. His footsteps to be heard, so I got to be careful on that one. Okay, is this going to be out of range yet? No. He has loud footsteps. Okay, how about now? No. Alright, dude. How about now? No. Wow, he has really loud footsteps. Okay. 1 more AP. I can finally run if I want to. Anyway, we're going to shoot this guy. He's going to put you down to 75 health. Okay, that's not how you do it, though. Keep trying. Okay, I think you're still a little bit too high. 81. Alright, 1 more shot. Okay, well, he's dead. So, he's dead. He's dead. She's dead. We'll double check that 75 a turn, but I'm quite confident. Yep. Obviously, your turn is done no matter what. And then Hacker Man over here has his full suite of action points. So I feel like we should at least shoot at this guard captain. But we can't yet. Okay. Let's put you right here. That is clean line of sight onto the grunt captain. We'll have to deal with this guy next turn. That's fine, though. You hear gunfire, which doesn't matter to me. Is that enough? Are you at 75? Nope. 80% though. We get, yeah, 2 meters of high ground is 10% accuracy, so we get guaranteed at least glances. You're at 80. Thankfully, though, a glancing blow will guaranteed put you at 75. We actually get a hit instead. So, I don't care that you reported gunfire. You are all going to die. Thank you, all the poisons. Down they go. Just all at once. All right, great. Well, no new information was gained, right? Nobody who lived saw or heard anything. Oh, look, you're still patrolling over there. You guys, of course, are still hunting for where I was, right? I think he's going back. Yeah, so he's back to his post. If you don't find anything for long enough, you go back to your posts, which seems to take about 4 turns. Give or take, I guess. We'll see what they keep doing. But guess what? You're over there, and that's it. Toxcloud is still up. Got to be a little bit careful about that one. But we can basically go for the rest of these kills now. So I'm going to have you reload. And you, who have been so annoying this whole time, we're going to walk right up to the back of you. You're armored. You're annoying. Biocoat bullet. We get the poison. 30 base damage. 50 damage per turn. Doesn't quite kill. Alright, that should now be enough. Your health is below 50. You are dead. Great. These reinforcements have not moved very far yet, which is nice. Your body timer was fake, so I'm not too worried about you, but these are real reinforcements, so I've got to be at least a little bit cognizant of that. Again, we can ignore the fact that there is a bad guy over there. See if we can get into the loot box here. Okay, I have to spend the action point. It's fine. Cool. And then we'll grab our stuff. Great. There we go. We got our hands in the drop box. Okay, so the primary quest is done. Our secondary quests are to leave in the next 8 turns. Doable. And to kill this wire ghost who's already getting gravely wounded. Which, to be fair, also very doable. I'm going to turn off this motion sensor. Let's do it now, in case I can't manipulate initiative the way I want. Let the guards have their turn. You're moving around. Yep, you're back to your patrol route. And you are doing nothing special. Okay, so I'm going to have you yield and have second go for what he can. Yeah, so it looks like he's going to give up a little bit of info. Right, he'll hear footsteps. But do I believe that I can get enough damage down? Right, can I do 100 damage to a guy with very little armor? If I go all the way up here, I actually have line of sight, which is kind of cool, actually. This feels reasonable. The problem is I think max range is going to be pretty bad there, 20 meters. So if I look at my range information, this thing has an optimal range of 18, which means it squares the meter difference, and that's the accuracy subtraction. So if I'm at 20 meters with an optimal range of 18, I'm going to lose 4 accuracy, which honestly to me, very reasonable compared to like running all the way up here. No one else can do the gunfire is what this is telling me. This seems very, very reasonable. As long as that line is actually real and I can make the shot. Yeah, so, okay, I guess I'm 3 meters out. Fine. I lose some from Rico, I lose some from obstruction. But, you know, this seems like a pretty decent thing to go for 2 shots on. First one hits. I need to get 1 more hit here, though. Coin flip, though, is not great. We got lucky. We take those. Okay, so coin flip succeeded. You are still unaware. There's not going to be escalation because you're going to die to poison no matter what. And so all I really want to do here is run up to the edge. Put you behind the wall just to be extra safe, but this guy is dying to poison. I'm behind a wall. I'll be pretty much chilling here. Should not be poisoned. If I get poisoned, the game is cheating. Yep, we're fine. Down he goes. Alright. Little Matrix Rat is dead. Still security level 2 only. And to be fair, like a lot of this, right, is we're 6 turns in with +1 escalation. We'd normally be barely 2 instead of we're 2.5. But it looks like we're going to get some escalation this turn because of body timers. I think some body timers are running out here. Not these ones, but something is clearly causing escalation here. I'm not sure what it is. But it's got to be body timers. Yeah, this one right here. This one's ending on current turn. So let's see. Do you have... Yeah, you don't have Signal Grift, so we don't have a way of stopping that. We don't have anything from the Scourge either. Of course, you don't know anything, and you still won't. I'll go ahead and throw down Tactical Surge again. I could go for the kill. There's not much of a downside to doing so. For now, though, let's go ahead and hack. So we aren't much more powerful than last time, because we took travel nodes, but we've got this Matrix Host here. Load all our basics. AP cost everything, go ahead and disable that. You can just leave instead, but then you have to like scan the thing right in front of you, and if it's dangerous, you're like scanning in the face of ice, and that can be really bad. So it's generally better, I feel, to gain your info. Okay, when you exit, sure. Can't load programs, we gotta load scan to go get new information. Alright, what devices can we turn off? We can turn off this camera, we can turn off those lasers, we can turn off the pressure, we can turn off the other camera. I think that is reasonable. I think turning off both cameras is actually pretty acceptable for staying quiet here. So I'm going to go ahead and load sleaze, which will almost certainly be just blocking the controls. Deception you, sleaze you, and then I believe there's no traps here. I could scan to be sure. Yeah, there's no traps here. So let's turn off camera 1. Okay, you're gone. I'll turn off the motion sensor because it just seems kind of correct. That'll stay down for another several turns. And then I'll turn off the exit camera because I'm pretty sure that's going to be... We're gonna run out that way, right? Our exit's right up there. So we'll drop you, and that seems decent. Cool. Alrighty, so we go back up here. Because we exited and came back, I guess. I'm not sure. This seems somewhat inconsistent sometimes, but it's scanned 1 of 2, so I can scan a second time. And if you scan a already revealed node, it now shows the traps. If you load a program and preventing download access, we're not going to load any programs here. So we'll take this out next turn, come over. One of these will likely be the CPU. We'll have to knock that out with attack program. That should be totally fine. And then we'll be done probably during our 3rd turn hacking, probably not the 2nd. But anyway, there's not a lot left of these bad guys here. I can go ahead and yield and let everyone else use their turns up. Yep, you're still patrolling dutifully. Yeah, these guys have basically just chosen to do nothing with their turns, which is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, so it would take me 6 action points to shoot 2 times and reload and shoot again, which means I think I want to go right here. Well, here, I'm actually going to yield to the guy who's already got high ground and let him do some fun stuff. Oh, he doesn't have... Oh, yeah, this dumpster's in the way. Okay, he actually can't do that. Fine. Then... Yeah, I guess you'll be the first one doing this. I think killing you is worth it. Just because I'm going to be grabbing this loot, and if the escalation is turning you around because of, like, if you get sent to go if it's get a body timer, right, you're going to be in a really bad spot for me, so... We'll just throw the bullets in. Takes a while because they're reasonably tanky. Okay, you are moving, and you saw a corpse. Oh, wow, she's like... Did she see the wire ghost? Oh, no, she saw this guy. Okay, well, you suddenly get new escalations here. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about you being able to reach. That matters here. Okay. This changes my game plan a little bit. Because now I want to Tox Cloud you. Because Tox Cloud is a guaranteed 75 damage, which is pretty nice, actually. I also want to block my exit, so I'm going to aim it, like, really sharply this direction. So we can always walk away, but... This should be fine. Okay, we poison you both. I can still come back around. And so if I go there with my 3 AP, I can shoot him. I guess I can shoot at him twice. That seems acceptable. And then we'll try to have Talon shoot at this guy. Don't have to kill her. It's not... Great camera angle. It's not ultra important. And her initiative roll is only an 11, so we're going to be fine. You're poisoned. You're doing nothing, right? You're back at your post. So yeah, there's still no information about... You know, they don't have any info about us, really. Okay, so do I want to risk trying to get this kill? I need to do 150, which... Yeah, unfortunately, I only get 2 shots here, because I would have to reload in the middle. And I don't have a good way of getting everything I want, right? I can't get line of sight and also have all my action points. So, like, here's the risk I'm taking, basically, right? If I kill her, if I land the shots and she's dead, there's no escalation because she doesn't see a body. And so we get to, you know, unwind the 2 tally from seeing a dead body here, which is useful, right? If I shoot and fail, it's really bad for me because then she's going to be alert and it's going to be really, really horrible. So I'm pretty sure the right call is just simply say, you know what? You're right. You got me. You found a body. The escalation is going to happen. We're probably going to get reinforcements. They're going to be sent to go support the fact that there's a dead guard here. But thankfully, he's poisoned. She's poisoned. We go before them. These guys are far away. This other guy was killed. You're too far away. I think we'll be fine. Just going to end her turn here. Orders received. She's been sent to go do stuff. Our escalation is arming even more mines. That could be quite scary. Especially if they're on the way out. They kind of are. This mine is in the way. Now, you've been poisoned, but we need to kill you. There's no one here. Good news. See, I'm going to just run to here and then take 2 shots. Okay, yeah, so she saw that somebody ran by. Now she sees me directly. But you're dead. Now, of course, we know the reinforcements over here. Right, you are going to be sent my way. And then you, I'm actually not sure. I think I'm going to let him attempt to flank my hacker. I mean, should I even? I feel like this kill is so easy. I think we should go for this kill. I think it's too easy. Now, one thing I could do is go for the SMG. It's generally going to be more damage. I mean, this rate is going to put him at, you know, something fairly low. I guess he's not surprised anymore. He's already suspicious from other stuff going on. So, I mean, we should expect to get 2 out of 3. And we have my Scourge who can try as well. So, yeah. So 2 out of 3 is expected. I got exactly expected value. So you're done with that. If you load a program, I'm not going to load any programs. Take the second download. Drop you. Scan. Okay, not CPU still. Fine. Connection use must be stopped. Scan. Okay. So I'm going to go up here first. Damage to connection. Scan for traps. There aren't any. Sleaze you. Download you. Okay. So we know this is a CPU. And the tough thing is I can't keep every program loaded because I can't actually fit the entire thing on a level 1 cyber deck. You have to make some choices here. So I think the risk I'm going to take is just running up here. Right? I know it's CPU because I scanned. It literally says CPU resisted scan. But also, anytime you scan and you see neighboring nodes but not the node itself, this must be the CPU. So I should attack you and clear it. I scan. I see a trap if you exit. Okay, well, whatever. Attack you. Still have to scan. There we go. We spike it. And now we expect that there's going to be trap ice down there. We can connect. Next turn we can scan for it, and we should be good. We didn't have to spike this, by the way. We could have simply walked past the CPU. It wouldn't have mattered. We would have like gotten whatever the trap escalation was and just dealt with it. Or scanned and just disarmed everything and left. That would have been completely acceptable. And realistically, actually would have been correct. It's not like I cared about getting the CPU down. There's no meaningful upside to this. I could have simply scanned for traps, disabled them, and left. And often, I get in the habit of spiking CPUs when I don't need to. There are some mission types that actually require it. Like, literally, the objective is spike a CPU. But I'm just always in the habit of knocking it down, even though I don't need to be. Alright, so here... I mean, I should be very reasonable. I get 2 chances. If I miss, I'm really upset, but I get 2 chances here. It's happened once to me before. It happened again. Alright, well, we're probably going to get damaged. That's too bad. Yep. I am fortunate that he missed. But that is going to raise some security escalation, I'm pretty sure. I think she heard the gunfire. Yep, you found a corpse. I never got rid of it. Thankfully, he at least died to poison, so the funny thing was... I mean, I'm very fortunate, right? He missed with a coin flip, right? I mean, I missed a bunch of 2 out of 3s myself. To be fair, I hit 2, right? But I went 2 for 5 at around 70%. Obviously, I got unlucky, so I got my own coin flip in my favor, which is good. But obviously that was, you know, it relied on a coin flip to do well. But because he died to poison, he never got to tell anyone anything. He died before he could tell the security AI there's intruders reported. So, thankfully he missed. But, yeah, that wasn't ideal. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure line crawlering you is correct every time. And we're going to start running towards our exit because we're done. I could wait for this guy. I don't know why I would at this point. I'm just going to start leaving. Technically, it is correct for me to wait and see if there's shenanigans, but there's no way she's going to be threatening me. So I'm just not going to bother. Just going to run my team out of the compound. As long as my hacker is, I mean, yeah. Basically, the hacker can also turn off the mines if I need to, if they get rearmed for some reason. You're going to finish up your turn, scan for the trap. If you use a program, okay, well, I will disarm you. I will sleaze you. I will take my downloads. And this was my last turn of overclock. So, you know, the current 3-turn version is working. But I will eventually want the 4-turn version. I can safely disconnect. And I can make my way. It's going to be on top of a mine. Mines do not blow up if they arm under your feet. You have to move. And he's going to have packet loss up next turn, so I will be fine. And then, of course, the Cyber Knight. He's pretty far away, but I might not quite make it next turn. I might have to wait till turn 11 to get all the way out. But, again, you're too far away to matter. You're never going to reach me. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, so there's her patrol. Now, her initiative roll is 17, which means she's going to keep moving forward, and that could be a little bit more dangerous. We get reinforcements up here. And actually, let's go ahead and quickly inspect these new like enemy types, right? Because you guys were already there, right? We already had this melee guy earlier, right? We had these whistlers, but yeah, this is an enemy type that, generally speaking, does not spawn as a base guard. And so this is what reinforcements could do to scare you, is basically spawn what I sort of call tier 2 enemies, because they don't spawn in basic missions. But he's got a self buff. He's got a chop shield, which blocks 2 attacks. So not only does he take around 1,200 or 1,300 damage to actually kill, because of damage reduction, if I don't shred his armor, but he also can block 2 more shots, and so it's 1,500 or 1,400 plus 2 attacks. Yeah, that's going to take a while to kill, you know? Like, that's not the easiest. So, am I worried about you catching one of my characters? A little bit. So what I'm going to do is walk out like this. That puts me cleanly in interference spike range. I'm going to drop your initiative by 6. So now that you're after my team. And of course with Tactical Surge, the squad is easily getting out. Not a problem at all. And so we can all walk onto the exit. You don't have to hit evac. I just do sometimes because it makes me feel slightly more comfortable. I think there's 1 or 2 missions where it actually asks you to press evac. You can't just stand in the square. But regardless, the team gets out. Again, if I needed to packet loss one of the mines, I could have. But we are chilling. Yeah, got fortunate that they didn't shoot at us. Well, sorry, the one time they shot at us, they couldn't hit. But Haven Smokeout has been completed. And I gotta say, being able to use stealth, awesome. Great. Love that I can use stealth. Also, really happy that I have pure damage from my Scourge, because this is my first time playing from the beginning since they redid enemy stat scaling. And the fact that there's a bunch of 75 damage reduction enemies at the literal beginning of the game on Chrome is that's a very meaningful difficulty spike, because that is, I mean, they literally have like double the health of what they would otherwise, or in some cases triple. And so having a way to penetrate that is a pretty big deal. So yeah, we got 2 favors for completing it quickly, and we got extra money for killing the wire ghost. So why is Ghoul really coming after you? Okay, so we can get another month before we have to pay back the loan, because she's now offered us our second mission. Loophole Heist is pretty involved. It can be quite difficult, but it's pretty fun. We got a couple of things from the, 3 loot boxes that we grabbed stuff from, and then our optional downloads got us some pretty good stuff as well. You always want to see Legendary and Epic accounts, because it means you can cause influence limit breaks on your favorite contacts, as long as they buy accounts. So this, I guess the rest of the episode is going to be prepping for this mission, doing whatever base management I can. We're going to delay Loophole Heist as long as we can, without being injured. Of course, if you get injured, you can't run a mission. That would kind of suck. Can't do any file sets, but we can at least sell individual Underworld dossiers. Octane pays for them, because of course she does. And she pays the most, so sure, here you go. A blueprint for a barrel mod on a primary weapon is nothing I'm going to ever use, so I can sell that. Let's see, how is Dancehall doing? Her influence is at 60, and so if you sell her a legendary account, it'll go to 80. At 80 influence, you can limit break, so we're going to stop there. We're not going to go any higher. But you see I have a nice, very warm, cozy 200k. Yeah, one interesting thing about early build orders here is if you upgrade your command HQ, you can do 3 tasks instead of 2. But to do this task requires, it's like the only thing it does intrinsically, because you don't need 4 power for a while, is even that 3rd task. Doing that 3rd task requires you to spend a bunch of time digging out a room and building a nano scrubber, instead of doing anything else. And so it feels like I'm meant to always go for digging these out and building a trainer and a detox first, and then doing nano scrubber plus underworld, and then making these things happen. Anyway, though, he's looking for my Quantum Rider Origins. We'll save training until we're ready for the mission. In general, delaying is good for you. You want to try to play missions grouped together when possible. I'll explain that at another point in time when our SimStream trainer is ready. But I like to put the trainer on the outside. I don't know why, I just do. Actually, no, there is a mechanical reason why. The SimStream trainer, its upgrades almost never require more power. And because you can't have more power than the room adjacent to you, you never have to overbuild power wires if you leave your trainer on the outside. It just basically only ever requires more cooling for a very, very long time. We've got enough money, we can build the trainer. We can build the SimStream detox. If you don't get shot at, you very rarely need the detox, but it's still a good thing to build. And the nice thing is, these rooms will be done before he even talks to me about this mission, which is kind of nice. We still have a possible recruit. We'll hire her when it's time, don't worry. I'm going to hope that your legwork goes well. Ah, darn. Okay, so he did get caught. So we have plus 20 heat for this one. The knight was named Burner. He worked for Octane. Now, technically, she didn't lie. She said a knight died, and I was in a position to acquire it, and so I did. Which, technically, if he was her Cyber Knight, yep. What are the odds Burner died setting up this mission? Because keep in mind, right, like, she acquired this spine, and, right, I don't, you know, we didn't play through any other previews here, but it's like, we took the hospital job, you know, a week ago in game terms, and now we're, you know, setting up Loophole Heist, and so sometime between her getting the spine and us doing the surgery, and, oh, she got a Cyber Knight, she was, right, like, yeah, probably, you know, may have wiped on this mission, or something like this mission, right? But his sniper is alive. He's hiding out with the Fenian. The Fenian is one of the gangs in this lore. So we can, unfortunately, right now in the game, this mission is not available. I get the suspicion it's going to be available soon. For me, recording this, by the way, it is Friday night for me. This episode is probably coming out on like a Monday or Tuesday, or a Wednesday maybe, which actually, there's a chance this is actually added to the game by the time you watch this. I'm not sure. It feels like they're leaning into, you know, some things are being added relatively soon into the game. I don't know. All right, so we've got a CPU spike job. We've got a legwork favor. We've got this bodyguard job. Again, we've got a possible new recruit. Loophole heist is still due in 2 weeks. But I want these buildings done. I didn't realize detox is actually so much faster than SimStream Trainer. I never knew that. I mean, I know like all the data and stuff, but okay. So Dance Hall is our wire ghost, and so ideally, I want to trade in favors to limit break her in better ways. So here, I traded in a favor, and this gave me another option for her limit break, which is now that she sells better programs. The primary things I want are high-level programs and high-level cyber decks. Those are like the things you want. I mean, that's like what you have these people for, right? So if I look at my contacts and I say, hey, you know, Dance Hall, what can you do for me? There we go. It's like, yeah, all she does are these 2 things, or she has, you know, random like small pieces, right? But she got her first limit break. She, you know, broke back down to 10% influence, but hey, she sells level 2 cyber decks. She sells level 3 programs. Okay, well, let's go ahead and sell you more accounts. Right, push you towards the limit break whenever I can. This is going to be a big legwork cascade. That's kind of not quite the right term for it, but whatever. There's a bunch of legwork stats to it, which will be useful. I can delay it, I think. This is the legwork as well. This is, of course, a real mission. This is a real mission that I'm probably going to skip because CPU spikes essentially raise your difficulty because you gain power level, and all you get is a matrix to spike, and you know you can't like send an entire team to gain XP and whatnot. Right now I'm not a fan of the way that this ends up impacting difficulty. I hope they will change it at some point. Anyway, again, we can keep taking forward because I don't think I have a reason to rush for legwork right now. So, and also, yeah, she's busy anyway, and I can't even start this because she's looking for somebody else. All right. Well, the SimStream detox is done. Not going to have a mission due for a while. Let's go ahead and look at the detox and say, hey, who is the most stressed? It is my... Yeah, so stress levels aren't bad, which is kind of nice. This guy's level 1. And I'm curious if I should start sending him missions. Like, if my core squad should be Scourge, Hacker, Agent, EX, Cyber Knight, or if my Gunslinger should be part of the A-team. I'm liking, you know, using poison and stealth tactics. My Gunslinger is going to be my best damage dealer once we get into mid-game. Especially if I can get him a higher level revolver at some point, and especially if he gets more XP. He's going to really want... like around like level 7-ish or so, he's going to become my primary damage carry. And so I'm thinking like maybe I can have him like live in the trainer, or he actually runs missions for me, and I'm not sure what the answer is. But I do want to like optimize bench space as much as I can. So I think I'm going to say that, yeah, he's going to live in the wings for now. Before we start doing these legworks, I'm going to hire this this Vanguard. So we have her for that kind of stuff. This bodyguard mission would do in probably more than a week. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start detoxing Sid. I think it's fine. Thankfully, no one's very stressed right now because no one's been shot. That can change, of course. All right, bodyguard mission. That's why Cyber Knights are here. But of course, yeah, we can get regular couriers and quants. They have the data in their headwear, but they need bodyguards. We can play Protector. All right, and this is... Ooh. Okay, cool. This is a mission, a map, I should say, that I don't get to encounter very often. We get paid pretty well, which is cool. 125k, and that's after the 20% reduction from playing on Chrome. So it's 155 or so in normal base pay. If we do it quickly, we get some crafting contents. If we kill a bunch of people, which is going to be somewhat mutually exclusive, we'll give him influence so that he can limit break more strongly, right? You can see he sells guns, he sells mods, he sells kind of items, he even buys blueprints, and so any one of those could be on a limit break, And it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna suddenly start buying the weapon mod like level 4 blueprints. That's good. That can actually get me some money. You can buy level 4 weapon blueprints. That can give me some money. You can sell me gear. That might be useful. So you know, getting this, I think it's generally more valuable than the blue cubes. I tend to loot enough maps that I have enough blue cubes in most cases. But if I can get a bunch of kills, great, right? We'll do a bodyguard mission, get a bunch of kills, feel good about that one. So I'll run this when I can, right? I'll run loophole heist as well here. Worth noting, this is again due in 6 days, 6 hours. So for now, I can kind of tick time forward. My command HQ, of course, is... Oh, I actually forgot to start on a new building. Yep, this is a mistake. This should have been started sooner. My fault. Oh well. Then they also do, except, yeah, wait for the time to get closer. Wait for the trainer to be done. That's all reasonable. So... Alright. We have a corporate VP named Greg Mullen. Hello, Greg. Not the most of German names, but it is 200 years in the future. Okay, so we have a new corporate VP contact who might start offering us missions. Fair enough. Okay, let's go ahead and hire our Vanguard now, because until we run a mission, she won't take any payment, but we do want her as a possible legwork runner. So, hello. Let's meet Tanya. She ran recon for Los Zagales. Okay, so we get to pick a second, functional trait for her. Right now, there aren't enough sources of fractional move points for this to matter in either case. But we can make her quieter and give +1 reaction, which gives move speed and initiative. We can instead give her just baseline move speed, as well as that stuff. Or we can make her really, really, really good at legwork. Considering her other two options were to be good at legwork, I think it's pretty valuable. I also don't expect to run her in that many missions. If I thought she was going to be a primary combatant for me, I think I would take the 5% move speed 1 reaction and be like, hey, welcome to the team. You're going to grab a sword. We're going to multi-class you. You're going to go do a bunch of damage for us. I mean, there's a world where that happens. I mean, this is not unvaluable, but I'm going to choose to say you're going to be good at legwork, and that's going to be your primary job here on the team. So yeah, how did you afford your Chameleon Sheath, which is the cyberware required to be a Vanguard? She could have maybe stolen from Camiliu. She could have an Ultratech Execuator, or actually sold out Losi herself, and they hate her. Now, generally speaking, being wanted for an area can actually really hurt some things. You can sometimes be ineligible for missions if you have enough bad rep. Either you hate the mission giver, or you're really disliked in a certain location. Like, if it's like, oh, this is a mission type where you might talk to somebody. It's like, if you're hated there, you can't go. And so being hated by Losi can be a bad thing. She doesn't hate Losi herself, but still. Owning obligations, I think, are interesting. Of course, they force you to play a mission. You get no payment. You get no time to plan. And if you fail to run the mission, they burn you and probably set a header after you. Or you can simply say, I stole from Camiliu, which I guess means that, they would hate her as well. Oh, but I guess she wasn't made. So she took a personal job, wasn't made, stole from Camiliu, but they don't know. Cool. Camiliu, by the way, is a criminal syndicate. I guess known by the syndicate name there. So are you able to shoulder the risk because, hey, we might spawn something where QM is after her, which sounds like an interesting story if it ever gets added. But yeah, welcome to the team. Okay, so of course we have to make her fit the squad. Don't be silly. So in appearance, you are this. Honestly, looks kind of clean. honestly kind of clean. The all-white looks kind of clean. I'm happy about it. Anyway, welcome to Vanguards. Obviously, we take the free respec. So they have a really, really nice talent in Lure. Lure is very hard to use as a 1-point wonder. If you max it out, you can basically send entire rooms off on a random wild goose chase. It's really quite strong. Jam Kit is the most efficient way to knock down basic devices. You can't knock down already disabled devices. You can't extend the timer, which means like a camera will at some point turn back on unless someone else does something about it. But you can get 4 charges and have it cost 0 AP. The base range of 12 is a little prohibitive, but it's not too bad. Glasswalker is amazing for loud teams. You eventually give your entire team 1 action point, and it lasts 2 turns. So you print 8 action points on a 3-turn cooldown with 2 charges. That is really, really good. That is some of the highest rate action point printing you can do, and makes Vanguard obviously, like, Cybernite's the best class in the game, and then Hacker just gives you the most money of any class in the game, so those are like just 1 and 2 automatically, and there's no way around that. But Glasswalker almost rivals the Soldier's Coordinated Charge in terms of just really amping up your team and ensuring you don't get screwed. What I think is also really valuable is the initiative bonus is actually pretty relevant, because security level will often rise when you're stuck in a bad combat, and getting 7 initiative usually means you're going at the top of the order, which is pretty helpful. There are lots of good options here, though. Silence is decent. Move speed for 2 turns, some stealth crit damage. Like, sometimes you can get a really good first strike and one-shot somebody with a sword. The problem is we see a lot of high armor enemies who simply won't be one-shot. We just can't crit for enough damage. We can't crit for 1500 base damage. So it's not just going to be that good. This does feel like I kind of want Lure, Jam Kit, and Glasswalker. That's going to be like my kind of primary way around this. Dissipation is fine. 10 crit is whatever. I can lower the evasion with a lot of investment. That's okay, I guess, if I really want to anticipate a lot of guards. But what it comes down to is we're not running her on a mission for a while, so I'm going to leave her untrained. But yeah, at some point we'll do stuff about that. So she's going to stay on the bench for now. We're going to have this favor come up. We're going to have this come up pretty soon as well. This is due in 14 days. This is due in 5. So I'm trying to think about the right timing here, okay? Because what I want to do is I want to run, I guess, Loophole Heist and Brewery Shield and everything as grouped together as possible, so I can send somebody in a Simstring Trainer once, let them gain XP for all that, and not trigger stress rolls for the entire thing. Now, of note, my Gunslinger, right, 5 days, 12 hours, that's slightly the wrong time. Brewery Shield's going to get popped before then. And so he's not going to gain XP for this stuff, which means someone else is going to gain the XP, which, Cybernite's going on the mission, Agent EX, Hacker, and Scourge going on the mission. It's basically only Tanya. Now, it's worth noting that this legwork is going to take somebody out of commission. They're going to, someone's going to be busy, right? And so it feels like what's actually going to have to happen is I'm going to grab this mission, and we'll try to run the favor as best we can. Or another option is we can try to delay that mission. We can try to delay this one as well, and then still run these all grouped up. That's what I'm going to try to do, because I think you can delay these. So we'll see. Simstring Trainer is done. No one's going to go in yet. That's fine. We can dig in the wires right now, or I can dig out another room. I'm going to dig out another room first. I think it's... Well, actually, yeah, so you can be upgraded whenever I want. You actually are worth upgrading as well. I can get another recruit here. So I'm actually going to invest in Barracks level 2 pretty early. And then we'll do a Underworld Hub late. I think it's going to be reasonable here. Also, I'm now generating respec tokens, so I can retrain my characters without only being able to do it when they first join the team. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can delay this. Okay, so the barracks, we're actually going to upgrade it right away. Would I rather have the barracks or the nano scrubber? I want the cold storage as well, which means I need the nano scrubber for the cold storage. But I also really want the extra barracks slot. I'm going to pick the barracks slot here. I know I'm very poor again as a result, but I think it's going to be correct here. Alright. Influence limit break for Octane. She's going to pay more for missions for a while. I do have 2 favors. I'm going to burn one. Yeah, so now I guess she'll buy used goods for a bit more. I don't think she's going to offer that many missions to me. I think it just tends to not happen, so sure, we'll just take that permanent upgrade instead. Alright. She needs a favor. You're not going to pay us? It's too small. Okay, I'm going to ask for... So, we could have red gold go here, right? We're basically, you know, being rude to people. But I think realistically, yeah, we have one option, right? I think for now, I'm going to say, hey, I'd like to delay this. Need a little bit of time. Okay, fine. Actually, didn't know that he had this secondary thing. Yeah, okay. He has those. Nah, whatever. Not much to say. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so I've delayed. Okay, this is another legwork thing, by the way. So we've got a lot of these popped up. This is a raid, I think. Right, this is due in 8 days. It's legwork. We'll do loophole heist before then. I'm going to try to get through all these missions before all these things come due, all these legworks. Then we'll have some downtime where we can all run on legworks and do what we can here. So we're going to have you talk now. Hey. Okay, if we commit, we can send 2 other people. If we're not ready, we can delay, which I do need to do because I need my people for some missions right now. Okay, we cannot delay it again. That's fine. So when does this all due? That's due in 8 days, that's due in 14. Okay, so basically, we'll try to get through Loophole Heist, this raid, and this mission here. Probably going to skip this mission overall. And then we'll try to get everybody on all these missions all at the same time. And try to get through all those together. Of course, I do want the money, so when this says basically T-minus 5 days, we're going to start the mission chains. Or T-minus 4 days, roughly. Which means really just we'll run this on time, right? So time ticks forward. Dancel wants us to spike a CPU for her. There's a chance I'll do it anyway, only because it's going to give, so if we look, this is a yellow host. Yellow hosts are reasonably dangerous, and I have very, very little experience on my hacker, so this is, you know, honestly kind of painful. I'm missing a lot of tools, so it's probably just a little bit too hard to run. These things are, yeah, getting cleaned up in a bit more than a day. This is due in 6 hours. This is going to be a mission offered to me. I guess I'll grab it now. I guess I'll grab it next episode. What I'm going to be doing here is getting ready to run Brewery Shield, right? So we'll run Loophole Heist when we can. We'll run this when we can. Well, we're going to run this probably never. We're going to try to run Brewery Shield, right? It's a bodyguard mission. It's not telling me there's an optional matrix host, although this map tile set sometimes does have an optional matrix host. Regardless, right? We could buy Violent Diversion. Sorry. I don't think we need to delay reinforcements, though. We don't have anyone who's corrupt in the, I guess no one who's corrupt and has favors left in the D Street Cartel. I think we've already might have burned our favors? I'm not sure. Either way, we can't unplug the cameras here. But our mercs are going to be these 4, right? We will train them during this episode. And this also means that because these 4 are the squad, do we have anybody to go into the trainer, right? Because, of course, this guy's still detoxing. And so we should... now, okay, we have 2 options. Actually, real quick. What we could do is we could cancel the detox and say, sorry, my bad, you're not getting to de-stress here. Deal with it. Send him into the trainer, and then that way he can gain XP for Brewery Shield and everything else. An alternative is to let him get his 1 set of detox, throw my Vanguard in for exactly 1 mission, and say, you're going to gain 1 mission's worth of XP here, have fun. And then kick her back out and throw him in. He'll gain a bit less XP. She's going to trigger an extra stress roll, but he's going to get, you know, his first detox in, which to me seems kind of worth it. And so I think the play is actually throw the Vanguard into the trainer. You're going to train. And then, yeah, here is the core squad, right? And if I said, hey, actually, yeah, you're the only guy who's available, let's take our training, and then that'll be us. So we'll sort by gear. People who aren't actually on the missions don't have to hold gear. Anyway, so Tactical Surge is done. I'm not going to go for look ahead. So I could and go for a steamroll. So usually when I'm playing a Cyber Knight, I really like Atomic Stutter, I really like Rewind, and I think Downer is a pretty reasonable combat talent. Atomic Stutter has so much utility, especially when you can bump the range. 22 meters is a really, really good range. It's actually longer than, again, enemy vision range. Gives you a lot of power there. And so I think what I really want to do is just head up this way. And actually, there's one more thing I want to do, which is, yeah, I would. So I'm gonna use my first token here, and I'm gonna respec, and it's gonna be the smallest respec known to man. I'm gonna be pathing around through the top instead, since I have to go up this way anyway, and I'll take down at some point anyway. This is the same distance I would have gotten, right? Because it would have been here, and I would have gotten this. Instead, I have this extra point grabbed. And so what I'm going to do is simply take this point in Downer, because I can't reach Atomic Stutter anyway. And so I might as well just take this and have a talent. But yeah, basically, Atomic Stutter is good, Downer is good, Rewind is good, and Steamroll is good. But Steamroll requires grabbing Look Ahead, which I don't really have the space for. So I'm going to be a little bit talent point starved. There's not going to be a way around that, really. But anyway, we grab Downer. We're not going to crit all that often, but when we do, we get to lower their evasion and initiative, which is fine. Again, it's not always going to happen. Our crit chance isn't very high, but at least it's there. So he's ready to go. Our Agent EX can grab Smokescreen. Smokescreen costs 2 AP, which is kind of rough, but this skill is really good. And we can start now that we've got our talents all earned, and we've only had to go through, only about 4 travel nodes. It's not too bad. We can start investing in these and making them better. I can grab Shuriken Wave whenever it's available. That'll be fine. But yeah, Line Crawl is as buffed as I want. Making Shadow better is totally fine. Making Signal Growth better, pretty expensive, honestly, but might be worth it. But I really want the recharge rate and the recharge rate on Smokescreen. It's going to be next for me, probably. My Hacker, I can finally grab 2 charges of Null Op. So it's going to cost me 20 AP for both charges, but you can see this base damage here. It's good enough to always clean out a CPU. I did choose to grab this point in packet loss. I didn't absolutely have to, but I figured he's going to be on these missions a lot, and if I'm not running the Agent EX every time, and I run the Gunslinger instead, he's going to have to be secondary hacker, which means probably grabbing the charge. I, might even go for range and cooldown. Probably not, though. The actual hacking talents are really valuable. And then for this guy, I think it's finally time to go in for a Dissolve. This is as upgrade as it needs to be for now. Radius is nice, but not required. Biocoat Bullet is not bad. Increasing the damage is solid, right? It's 25 pure damage on the guy. Venom Trap is actually really good to upgrade because, hey, you can buff the duration to tick 3 times instead of 2. You can bump the damage to 75 per turn. You can get a second charge. You can get the cooldown down to 4. These 4 points let you deal 225 damage to whatever guard you're trying to damage. It bypasses their armor. It's really good. Considering how many armor guys we're dealing with, this is fairly meaningful. But I also really want to drop these bodies and not have to deal with that. I think we have just enough with rank 1 Venom Trap, rank 2 Tox Cloud that I can go for Dissolve and delay the reinforcements instead by getting rid of body timers. But yeah, I think there's a real consideration there. Anyway, our Vanguard is training, our Gunslinger is detoxing, and next mission, we'll be running Brewery Shield. We'll be taking a bodyguard mission. I will see you there. Bye-bye.